There's a ton of options for LED accessories on the market today, whether it's halos or LED strips. There's so many different kinds from so many different manufacturers. It's pretty hard to know, what's really the difference between all of them. Now today we're going to talk about the all-new XSB lineup from Morimoto. XSB being short for switchback. This setup uses what's called hybrid technology. Now, before we kind of explain what hybrid technology is in terms of LEDs, give a little bit of background on some more traditional terminology that's used with LEDs. First thing is going to be SMD, which is short for surface mounted diodes. Surface mounted diodes have been around in the automotive aftermarket, especially for halos and LED strips, and still are today. They're a very mature technology, generally pretty reliable, but the biggest downside with SMD is that it's pretty spotty. When you look at it, it's not an even bar of light. It's you can see the individual diodes, especially if you're up close. So it's not really that good looking, really, in the end, at least in my opinion. The second thing is going to be COB, which is short for chip on board. Now, COB is a little bit newer. It often results in a much smoother light. You can't really see any spottiness in it like you would with SMD. But COB, the major downside with that is that it's not really that reliable. The reason is because COB, the chips on the board are tied together. The circuit is tied together, very, very thin strands. Wire, and those strands can often break, in the heating cycles between hot and cold, especially when inside of the headlight. So, COB, big disadvantage is that after time inside of the headlight, you might end up with some dark spots here and there. Now, going back to what we call hybrid LED, which is what's used in the XSB setup, kind of merges the best of both worlds when looking at SMD and COB. Because they actually use SMD chips in these, but you don't have any of that spottiness like you would. They have very even light across the whole spectrum, just like you would with a COB, but they've kind of lost that negative unreliability of COB. And really what gives them this is a special coating that's over all of the micro LED chips on the face of each ring or strip in this case. The special phosphorus coating basically diffuses all of the light that's emitted from all of the LEDs on the board, and that's what gives it that super uniform look. Now obviously, as you can see here in the XSB lineup, there's both halos, which are the round rings, and flexible strips. One of the coolest features about the halos, which are available in sizes 60 to 140 millimeter diameters, is that they actually have little integrated mounting points all along the edge. Unlike any other halos that I've ever seen on the market, these little integrated mounting points make custom installs, which all halos are, a lot easier to perform, a lot more cleanly at least, because you don't have to wrap wire around the front face of that halo, which can also add to reliability problems. So these little mounting tabs make it super convenient for installation. The strips, on the other hand, are extremely flexible, basically infinitely flexible, as you can see here. They're based on a ribbonized PCB board, so they can conform to pretty much any curve that would be inside of the headlight. These things are available in lengths 3 inches, 6 inches, 18 inches, and 24 inches, so really a pretty wide variety there. The wiring for the XSB setup is really pretty simple. They have an inline voltage regulator here, which controls not only the power delivery to the ring to make sure that it's being regulated properly depending on the size, but it also contains the switchback driver. And we haven't even gotten there yet, but that's really one of the coolest features about this setup is that it's a switchback. So, under normal conditions, it's just white light. And when you hook it up to your blinker circuit, you actually just tap this yellow wire on the input into the blinker, and then when that goes on, the white light will go off and the amber will blink. So as you can see here, the white comes back on automatically when you're done. Blinker comes again. same thing. And of course the strips do the same thing too. So as you can see, the new XSP setup is pretty much about as modern as it gets. Super reliable, great looking, uniform light, wide variety of sizes available, and also quite affordable too. So check it out.